Hey everybody, this is Kate Steinbacher with the Coaches Console. I am so excited to be here. This special webinar, it's a masterclass with Melinda Cohen, Coaching Business GPS, the step-by-step guidance and magic behind an easy breezy coaching business. And of course, we mean that for a healing business or a spiritual business or a personal training business. We just use coaching because that's where the world we come from. We've got lots in store for you today. In fact, to make it easy for you to follow along and take notes so you don't miss anything, we've even provided you with a Coaching Business GPS workbook. And Stephanie's going to put that link into the question box if you haven't seen it already. If you have your copy, great, grab it now. If you don't, you can grab a pen and get ready to take some notes, and Steffi will also give you the link to that copy. I'm so glad that you folks are ready to be here and you're coming on this call. All right, now, this special webinar, Coaching Business GPS, the step-by-step guidance and magic behind an easy breezy coaching business. Let me ask you this question. Does this sound like you? You know you want to start your coaching business, but you don't know where to start or how to even begin. Is that maybe you? Or maybe it feels completely overwhelming and even confusing to set up your business. Or maybe you're the person that you don't know how to reach people or start building your list from scratch. You don't feel confident about marketing or how to find clients. Or maybe you're the kind of person that you've been at this for a little bit, but you've hit a plateau and you can't seem to get more clients or generate consistent revenue or get to the next level. That's kind of where I was. I hit a plateau, but I couldn't grow anymore. So if you're any one of those people, you've come to the right place. And I want to introduce you to your instructor for this special presentation today. Melinda Cohen is my friend, my business partner. She is one of the co-founders of the Coaches Console, the industry's all-inclusive web-based platform to set up, automate, and simplify the back end of your coaching business. She loves setting up systems, and she is a master at it. As a matter of fact, for the past 13 years, Melinda and her team at the Coaches Console has helped over 20,000 coaches, healers, and practitioners set up and launch their business. Now, she's been married to her husband, Dave, for just over 9 years, and they love travel and fun adventures. Melinda travels about 12 weeks out of the year to places all over the world. They also have 2 stepkids, Danielle and Dylan. They're super excited because Dylan just got engaged. Now, when Melinda's not immersed in business, she's diving into her passion for snow skiing. As a matter of fact, she and I practically met on the ski mountain. She and her husband love geeking out over organizing large groups of their friends for week-long ski trips to places like Telluride, Colorado, the Austrian Alps, Aspen Snowmass, Colorado. The thing they believe is that the more details they can organize behind the scenes in advance for everyone, the more fun the participants can have. And it is so true. They run a great trip. Melinda and Dave also love going to different shows and concerts. Within the past 12 months, they've been to almost 30 concerts around the country. They've experienced bands like the Rolling Stones, Rusted Root, Thievery Corporation, the Eagles, and they're going to see Lady Gaga this fall. Sometimes they just love being able to get into the show. Other times they love the full VIP experience, but they do love their live music experiences. Going beyond business, Melinda and our team has created our Taking Care of Hearts While Taking Care of Business Give Back campaign. And we frequently share our proceeds with organizations like Heifer to support women entrepreneurs in Africa to start their own business, and Soul Shop to stop bullying in schools across America. I hope you've set aside time to really attend this webinar. I mean, be present. So I want to encourage you to maximize this time by turning off the ringer on your phone, shut down your email, Facebook, Slack, whatever it is you're looking at. Be focused. Use that workbook and enjoy. Everything else is going to just be a distraction. The presentation today will be well worth your time, I promise. Now, we've provided you with the Coaching Business GPS workbook to follow along with, so grab your copy. We're going to fill in some of those blanks, and it's a great place to take your notes as well. Finally, before I bring on Melinda, if you have questions during the webinar, Please enter them in the question box you see in the webinar control panel. Towards the end of the presentation, we'll have a Q&A session, so be sure to ask them as you think of them, because it's much easier to remember them right there in the question box. All right, so without further ado, let me bring on our webinar instructor, Melinda Cohen. Melinda, welcome.
Hey everybody, good to be here. I'm so excited to be bringing this topic with you today. Like Kate said, we love having fun. We love to pack a lot of information, a lot of value to you. I'm so glad you're here. In fact, I know that you all have been finding that webinar box. You can type it in, and it's usually up in the corner of your screen. I just want to get an idea of who we have on the call, because I really like to make things relevant and personal for you. And so just type into that webinar box, like, where are you in your business? What stage is your business in? Maybe you're in that I'm just getting started kind of stage. Maybe you're in that, like Kate said earlier, you've been at this a while, maybe you've hit a plateau. Like, where are you? Are you just beginning? You've been doing this a while? Just type that in. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to know who we have on the line with us today. And keep typing. While you're doing that, I just want to thank you. Thank you. I know time is your most precious thing, and I want to thank you for setting aside the time to be here, to commit to your business, to commit to your dreams, and saying yes to that. And I promise you it's going to be worth it. Okay, let's see here. We've got a good mix of people. I'm laying the foundation, Mary says. I'm just beginning. I'm still employed. I'm dreaming about it. I'm just getting started. Been doing this. Okay, going into private practice. Nice. So we've got some dreamers. We've got folks in transition. We've got some folks that are still in a full-time job. We've got a lot. We're kind of covering the range here. So the good news is that, you know what, I'm going to turn off, I'm going to not distract myself. Let me turn off my webcam. But the good news is that what we're learning here today, you can use this if you're just getting started, or you can use this if you've been doing this a while and you're going to the next level. So you can also fill that out in your workbook, right? Like Kate told you, you've got that workbook you can download. Stephanie posted it. It's in the chat section of the webinar box. So you can go there and open it, or you know what, just super easy, just grab some paper and a pen just to take some notes, and we're going to have a lot of fun. You can fill out that first, kind of the first stage that you're at in your workbook there, and we'll be filling in some blanks later. And on this call, you're going to be facing a decision, and it's actually a decision that we face every day as entrepreneurs, and I just want to address it right up front, right? So I want to ask you a question. Are you willing to do what is required to pursue your dream of being successful at what you're doing? Like, are you willing to do what is required every day, to do whatever it takes to pursue your dream? Like, that's what I call the coaching business declaration. You can also mark that in your workbook if you're a yes. And this takes commitment, right? It's no joke starting your own business. And that's who I've created this training for. And if you're not ready to make that commitment, that's okay. It's just that this training may not be for you. But if it is for you, I'd love for you to stay on the call, get comfy, grab that workbook or that piece of paper, a tablet, something to take notes on, and we're going to dive right in. And I want to start with a little story. I want to actually rewind to about 2003, because I was working in my full-time job, and I began pursuing coaching as a hobby, right? So we heard from Wynn's still in the full-time salaried job, right? So I had my job, thought I was loving it, and began to pursue coaching as a hobby outside of that work. And I quickly discovered, I was like, wow, this is what I'm made to do. This is my calling. And then one day, totally unexpected, out of the blue, I was fired from my job. And you know that saying, when it rains, it pours? Yeah, that was my life back then, right? I was recently divorced as well. I was on my own. And I decided that rather than go get another job, I was going to turn my hobby of coaching into a business. The only problem was I had no experience in starting a business. I'd only been an employee. And I had no idea where to even begin, what to do, how to get started. I just knew I did not want to get a job, and I needed to make money quickly. And it might even sound familiar. We've got some of those dreamers and thinking about it and things like that. And in that moment, I had two ahas. My first aha was that if people were going to pay me consistently and pay me good money for my services, I had better be 100% confident I could deliver on what I was promising, so that I could create those raving fans, so that not only would they feel comfortable paying me, but they would refer me new clients as well. And then my second aha was, if I wanted to confidently deliver what I was promising, then nothing had better slip through the cracks. I'd better have my shit together. And I found this interesting in that moment because, you see, I thought my attention was going to be on how to find clients and make money. But I didn't have the luxury in that moment of getting a few clients and then hoping things would work out, having to deal with that feast to famine kind of cycle. And I had to know for sure that I could find clients, and then I had to know for sure that I could create such a great experience for them that they would get results beyond their wildest dreams. They would feel confident paying me so that I could generate money. And I didn't have time to mess around with like the strategies of hope or figure it out. You know, you've probably heard that saying, if you want something done, do it yourself. I put a little twist on it. If you want something done, create a system that will get you results over and over and over again. And this way you can work, you work smarter, not harder. And that's precisely what I had to do early on. I had to work smarter, not harder, so I could get results fast. And that's what I want to share with you today on this masterclass. Because when it comes to creating success as a coach, there are 3 areas that you must master. You must master the skills of coaching, you must master the business of coaching, and you must master the marketing of coaching. If you overlook any of these 3 things, you can potentially, you might get some success here and there, but a lot of times it's minimal, or like you hit that plateau and you can't seem to get past that certain point. And what I want to focus in this workshop series is the business of coaching. It's one of the most ignored aspects. It focuses on the magic behind the scenes that puts in place a solid foundation, allowing your creativity to flow, supporting you to feel confident in your marketing, getting clients, and providing tons of value. It's what makes everything happen and be able to work. Like, imagine knowing exactly what to do to build an easy breezy coaching business so that you can avoid that overwhelm. You get your business up and running smoothly. You make that transition from job to business, and you're focusing on what you do best. You can create a business beyond your wildest dreams that gets you and your clients results. And on today's webinar, that's what I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets that will help you create that thriving business that runs like a well-oiled machine. I'm going to share with you the 1 cohesive system to get up and running without the overwhelm. And I'm going to share with you the truth about what really takes, like what happens behind the scenes to grow your list, convert prospects, get those sample sessions, and get them into paying clients. You in? You with me? Let's do this. Oh, quickly, Kate she mentioned this earlier. I just want to make a little point of clarification, because you're going to hear me say things like coach, coaching business, startup coach, that kind of thing throughout today's training. And I know we've got a lot of other practitioners on the line with us. We call them service-based entrepreneurs, right? Like, I see that we've got some healers and wellness practitioners, some nutritionists, consultants. So, coaching is just like Kate said, it's the world that we come from. And so when you hear me use those words and phrases, please know that I'm referring to all of those service-based entrepreneurs. Is that okay? Okay, great. All right, now let's dive in. You see, when I had my 2 ahas, I became obsessed with reverse engineering everything that needed to be in place behind the scenes of my coaching business. So it was organized, it was streamlined in advance before I attempted to try to get clients. I knew that when someone said yes to hiring me, I wanted everything in place to flow and to wow them right from the beginning. And the problem was, I had never set up a business before. So I did what any normal person would do. I called my coach. Now, Kate, you heard from her earlier, now we're business partners. At the time, she was my mentor coach. And when I told her that I'd been fired and wanted to start my own business, she brought me a stack of papers. It was everything that she'd been collecting over the 3 years that she had had her coaching business. And she said, here's everything you need to start your coaching business. And I was so relieved to find everything I needed in one place. There was just a problem. Like, it was a mess. She had good intentions, and she had everything, and she was so generous and gave it to me, and it was a pile of stuff. And here's the thing, though. I love organization and efficiency. Like, I'm not kidding. It is my superpower. I geek out over this stuff. I love making things, like I'm not kidding. I love making things as efficient as possible. So for the next month, I put all of my attention on sorting through, making sense out of everything that it took to set up and to run a coaching business. And in one of our next coaching sessions, I presented my organized back end and my complete coaching business to Kate. And I knew that I was now ready to put myself out there because I was confident that what I was about to do was it was gonna help get people results. And I could deliver on what I was promising in my marketing. I knew how to talk about what I was doing in a way that people could understand it. Now I was prepared to go out and start getting clients. There is a very big difference in being ready versus being prepared. And when preparedness meets opportunity, success is inevitable. And within 6 months, I had a full practice of 18 full paying clients. I was on my way to making over $50,000 in my first year. I was having a blast. I hadn't even finished my coach training either. And the good news is now there's an easy way for you to do the same. And I want to show you that today. I want to show you what I call the easy breezy coaching business formula. And I want to show you how to accomplish getting prepared and organized in advance. And it doesn't take much time to do that, so that you're growing your list, you're getting clients, you're making money, and all of that is super simple. Sound good? The easy breezy coaching business formula is based on 3 secrets. Oh, before I forget, stick with me until the end, because as a reward, as a thank you for staying with me all the way until the end, I'm going to share with you my 5-step formula for finding new clients, even if you don't have a list. Okay, let's go back to those secrets. Secret number 1, the sequence matters. There are precise pieces and a precise sequence to set everything up in. Overlook this and your results, they're going to be haphazard, sporadic, right? You're not going to have consistent results. Cash flow is going to be crazy. Secret 2, structure the optimal experience every time. Set the client, even prospects, up for an optimal experience every time so they get results and a return on their investment, and that you're able to make your biggest impact on the people you work with. Now, I know this actually might kind of sound silly to state this as the obvious, but you'd be surprised how many startups just try to get something, anything, out of desperation in place, hoping that something will work and they'll make some kind of money. And they jeopardize quality just to get something out there for the sake of trying to make some kind of money, any kind of money. And then secret 3, the power of integration. This is where you have everything working together behind the scenes and where you leverage the point of integration among all the best practices using one platform so that they're working together as a whole. Now, before I dive, I'm going to go into each of these 3 secrets in depth here in just a moment, but I want to share with you a typical business setup experience that most folks have. Because you see, where I started with efficiency, Kate started her business with fun. And she just dove right in. She would always go for that bright, shiny object, right? She was definitely drawn to the fun factor, and she loved coaching so much that she just continued to struggle in the business building areas. You see, Kate's superpower, it's networking. And before long, she had her first paying client. Like that part wasn't hard for her. And along with that first client came this, oh crap, now what do I do? They said yes. Like that moment hit, and she immediately called her mentor coach. She had no idea what to do, and her coach walked her through the next steps of getting the client signed up, and this became a pattern for Kate. Every time she would bump into another system or something that was missing in her business, she would call her mentor coach. She'd scramble behind the scenes trying to figure out the next step and implement it as quickly as she could, because she wanted to maintain that professionalism with her clients. To her clients and prospects, everything seemed fine. Behind the scenes, it was a mess. And this piecemealing continued as she evolved and tried to solve immediate need after immediate need as she bumped into it. And as a result, she lost clients and money in the process. And this went on for about 3 years. Now, don't get me wrong. Kate, she did create some financial success, and it was sporadic, right? Her lack of preparedness and organization, it hurt her professional presence, and it was certainly impacting her fun factor. And that's why we're here today, because being a great coach is one thing. Running a thriving and profitable coaching business, it's altogether different. If you want to turn your passion into profits with consistent clients and consistent income, then you must set up a business to accomplish those results. And your business, what we call that back office infrastructure, that is the mechanism by which your passion becomes a reality. Without that, it's just a hobby, and sometimes a very expensive hobby. And what makes this work is to get organized behind the scenes first, before you attempt to market and try to get clients. I know it might seem counter-logical, but stick with me to find out why it's actually your key to success. And I get it. I know that you're eager and excited to get clients. I was too. And the fastest way to building your coaching business is not to go out and try to get clients first. Trying to get clients and then trying to get organized and figure out how everything's supposed to work, like that's the hardest way to get clients and make money. It's what leads to overwhelm, and it's what creates the feast or famine money experience in your business. It's actually what I call the cycle of insanity. And I want to invite you to ask a different question. Instead of asking, how do I get clients? The big question you should be asking yourself is, how can I create a system that consistently delivers a steady stream of clients? So get out your workbook or just grab that pen and paper, because there's 3 secrets we're going to dive into. There's 7 elements of an easy breezy coaching business. So, you know, whether you decide to grab the easy breezy formula or coach's console at the end of this call, you can take this material, you can go implement it on your own, and you can get a desirable amount of clients in your business. So let's dive into secret 1. The sequence matters. There are precise pieces and a precise sequence to set everything up in when it comes to creating a business beyond your wildest dreams, so that it runs like a well-oiled machine that's working for you, so you don't have to work so hard for your business. A favorite quote of mine is that one from Stephen Covey. I'm sure you've heard of it. Begin with the end in mind. You know that one, right? Like, why is that statement so powerful? Because when you, and I'm talking to coaches, right? Like, I'm preaching to the choir here. You guys get this, right? When you work with your clients, it's the same thing. Because when you can have a clear understanding of what it is you want, that end destination, those goals, that end destination you want to experience, like from there, you can then work backwards to create the structure, the steps, the pieces, the resources that need to be in place for that vision and that goal to become a reality. Like, that's the power of reverse engineering. That's exactly what I did when I became obsessed with getting everything that needed to be in place, getting it organized, getting it streamlined in advance before I dared to even try to get clients. I began with the end in mind. I put that infrastructure in place. I first learned the necessary pieces to run a business. And secondly, I taught myself the precise sequence to set it all up in. Once my system and that infrastructure was built, I could just turn on the system and it ran consistently, generating prospects, generating clients, generating cash. Now, here's the 7 elements. It's what I call the ultimate coaching business blueprint. And you're going to see this in your workbook, right? So you have a copy of this in your workbook. And that turns your business into a smoothly running, that well-oiled machine that I'm talking about, when you have everything working together. So I'm going to go through these 7 elements. We're going to go through each one of them together, and we're going to talk about how they fit together. And so the first one that we have is branding. And branding, I don't mean to get hung up on creating the perfect website or the prettiest business card. Like, those things, you know, they provide some credibility, but they're not necessary to get clients. You don't have to have those to get clients. The #1 best practice for branding is to first establish an overall theme to your brand, and then your messaging and your marketing materials need to be written from the perspective of WIIFM. What's in it for me? Because that is what your prospects want to know when they encounter you, whether you're at a networking event, whether you're at a family function, whether you're building your business online. However people encounter you and they start hearing about what you're up to and what you're doing, the transformation you provide, they're in their head, they're thinking, what's in it for me? Like, how is this going to affect my life? So your branding is more about what's in it for your prospects, not about you. Then we have element 2, list building. This is all about creating your list building funnel so that you can easily find and attract the right prospects to create a responsive mailing list that is engaged with you. Right? So again, whether you're doing this in person at networking events in your local community, or you're doing this online with online marketing, either way, the process is the same. And the number one best practice to grow your list consistently is to have the perfect lead magnet. And by lead magnet, I just mean something like a report, a free gift, a checklist, a template, a script, something of value that you give away on a web page in exchange for people leaving their name and email. Right? So you want to have the perfect value-based lead magnet. You also want to have that perfect optimized opt-in page, right? That's where people land to enter their name and email, much like you all did when you registered for today's training, right? We asked you for your name and email. We're giving you this lead magnet in the form of this webinar, right? So you've got the optimized opt-in page, and you also want to be able to automate your follow-up sequence. You want to be able to segment your contacts and have an integrated invitation to book a sample session right in the follow-up sequence. So this is your list building funnel. Number 3 in the Ultimate Coaching Business Blueprint is converting. This is about prompting contacts to becoming hot leads. That's what we call them. Like, they're not just prospects, but they're actually curious and they're interested in what it is that you do and how you might be able to help them. And the number one best practice for converting prospects is offering sample sessions and making it easy for prospects to book a session at their convenience. And making sure that you have an automated appointment reminder that's time zone specific and it goes out to them before the session, and that it also includes a sample session prep form to help the prospect make the most of their time with you. Right? We want to set this up so that it's easy for them to book their session online. Your sample session is more than just coaching. Like, that's a hobbyist approach. There's more involved and there's magic behind the scenes to really make this work for your prospects. And then we move into number 4, enrolling. And you know, sales, enrollment conversations, when done well, it's just powerful coaching. Implementing the elements necessary behind the scenes and having the right conversation can effortlessly turn pressure into prompting. And the number one best practice for easily enrolling new clients is to prepare for the yes. Preparing for the yes means knowing what your packages are and how to easily present them to your client, along with presenting an electronic agreement so they can easily say yes in that moment when they're excited and ready to go and they have that courage to say yes. And being prepared for the yes also gives you confidence knowing that when somebody says yes to hiring you, like, the next several steps are already in place and it's automated. That way you can bring on a new client quickly and easily and move them into action. And that brings us to the next element, element number 5, onboarding and engaging. And by onboarding, I just mean bringing on a new client, getting them started. Because once someone says yes, right, so you were prepared for the yes, now you want to leverage the yes. You want to leverage their yes because they had courage to go for it, and you want to immediately get them engaged into getting results. When you leave that gap, right, between when somebody says yes and them actually getting started, this is when their gremlins creep in, they change their mind, like the excuses start coming out, right? So the number one best practice for smoothly onboarding and quickly engaging new clients is to automate this. So that when a client electronically clicks to accept your agreement, which is legally binding, it triggers a series of automated messages that immediately engages them. So they create quick little wins and they create momentum right away. And you don't want to let your clients be dependent on you remembering to send them things. That expands that gap, right? And now they have time to think about it or come up with excuses or let their gremlins take over, right? So you want to have a private, secure portal so when you engage them, they can log in securely and they can access and retrieve what they need when they need it. All right, let's go into number 6, supporting. You know, just showing up for the session, hobbyist approach. Providing exquisite client support is where your clients see real results and where you can make even bigger impacts with your clients. And that's where you can generate the greatest revenue, right? Because the magic behind the scenes, it allows you to provide extraordinary support without it taking up more of your time. And the number one best practice for supporting your clients is to create the optimal experience with every client every time. And again, you want to do that through that private, secure portal. Okay? So we want to support our clients powerfully. Just showing up, again, if you just show up to do coaching, that's a hobbyist thing, right? When we're a business owner and we're helping our clients get those results, take some magic behind the scenes. And finally, number 7, referring. When you can implement a few key strategies behind the scenes, you can automate the referral asking process, right? And it's interesting because most people, they don't ask. That's the biggest part of getting referrals. Ask for the referral. And then a lot of times when it's like, okay, I'm going to ask, I got this, people forget to ask. And they're like, oh, shoot. All right, I'll get the next one, right? So we want to automate the asking. That's the number one best practice right here. Automate the asking. And when you put just a few things in place behind the scenes, you can also get an effective testimonial or success story from every client every time, as well as getting a referral from every client every time. So let me ask you this. When you put together a puzzle, what do you do before putting the pieces together? Like, what do you do? Yeah, right. After you turn over the pieces, you set the box top that cover, right? And you see what it is you're making before you ever begin. And as you're putting it together, you've got that box top cover that you can reference right there. Otherwise, you have no idea if you're doing it right. It would take way longer than necessary. It's super frustrating. And if you're like me, you'd probably give up on the puzzle and not do it anyway, right? Well, this ultimate coaching business blueprint, it's like the box top cover of your business. And it's your foundation for knowing what you need when building the infrastructure of a business. It's everything right there in one place. Now, you're also going to see on the screen a mind map, because not only, when I reverse engineered all of this, not only did I organize these 7 best practices, but then, I told you I geek out on this stuff, I broke it all down. And within each of these 7 best practices, and I know you can't read this, it's not designed for you to read, we're going to make sure everybody gets a copy of this, and we go deep into this in our boot camp as well, but I broke down every one of the 7 best practices with absolutely everything you need in place, and I took it one step further. Not only did I identify it, and this is what I most want you to have, when I reverse engineered the pieces, I identified the precise sequence. Here's exactly how you set everything up in. This is what I call the coaching business roadmap to success. This is also in your workbook, so you've got a copy of this well. And the way that you move through this fun path, the way that you actually implement and execute all the steps and all the components from this roadmap will make all the difference between being burdened by your business and being liberated by your business. So you just follow the path that I've laid out. And the key, here's the key, do them in this order. Don't skip around. It just leaves you with a bunch of holes in your business and things being missed, and you've got to go back and redo work you should have already done in the first place. And yeah, it's like work smarter, not harder. And I want to give you a warning when you're on this path. I call it the piecemealing pitfall. One of the things to be cautious of is how many different technologies you'll end up using to implement all the various steps in this roadmap. Because if you're not careful on the reactionary path, like Kate, like as you bump into, you're like, oh crap, now what do I do? Oh my gosh, I need that. Now what do I do about that? Right? As you're on that reactionary path and as you implement things like opt-in pages or contact lists or online schedules, client agreements, shopping carts, content delivery, like all that stuff, you'll wind up with, you know, anywhere from 7 to 9 different technologies to learn and manage the back end of your business. If you don't pay attention, this will creep up pretty quickly. And this is another area where overwhelm kicks in. And on average, this approach, when you bump into this, it takes what we've seen about 1 to 3 years to get everything set up. Not to mention how much money you're paying for all those different technologies. And because many of these different technologies, they don't talk to each other and they only handle like one little corner of your business, like it's up to you to manage and make it all happen, right? When you can, you know, if you try to patch together using different technologies, different softwares, like as you and I know, for every additional service or platform that you use, it adds an additional layer of complexity. You or someone you hire, you've got to update the data in one platform, but then you have to also update the same data in the other software, and it becomes a constant struggle trying to get all the platforms talking to each other. Not to mention, like I said, you're going to spend, you know, anywhere from $350 to over $530 or more a month for all these different technologies. Now, that's a lot of time that you're now having to spend in the back end, and a lot of effort and a lot of money. That's the reactionary path. It's a hard one. Now, it's doable, and I can give you some success stories of folks who have made it, but it's sloppy. It's a lot of hard work. There's added complexity, and it becomes very time intensive, not to mention pretty stressful. In this reactionary mode, your business is dependent on you spending a lot of time behind the scenes doing everything. And you know, that means that you're putting a cap on how big you can grow and how the degree that you can scale. So imagine what it would feel like, first, having the confidence that you know exactly what you need to set up in your business, how all the various parts work together, and the ease of implementing. Your list is growing continuously. You're effortlessly enrolling and converting clients consistently. Your time and attention is freed up to fully be present and focus on your clients and helping them get transformational results in their lives. Like, wouldn't that feel amazing? Like, yeah. Okay, let's go to secret 2. And be sure to grab that workbook because we're going to fill in some more blanks. All right, secret 2, structure the optimal client experience every time. You want to set the clients and even your prospects, you want to set them up for the optimal experience every time so they get results and a return on your investment. Like, this is the crux of your business right here. This creates amazing success stories and working with your clients over longer periods of time, which leads to raving fans and referral, which leads to more money for you. Like, you create this amazing cycle that's never ending. And, you know, like I said earlier, it might sound silly, and it's not really a secret at all, but it's so, like, this is what people all too often take their eye off of, this most important part of their business, because they're in reactionary mode and they don't have time. Like, they can't put their attention on their client because they're running around trying to scramble and figure things out behind the scenes. As a business owner, when you can put this into place, when you can create that optimal experience for every client every time, they get results. Without it taking more of your time, right? This does not have to eat up your time. It doesn't have to eat up your energy or effort on the back end to make it happen. And when your clients get results and have those extraordinary experiences with you, you have raving fans that will refer you. Your success stories, like they just keep coming, and you can offer those to prospects as social proof. Right? So you don't have to sell so hard. You can just show people these success stories. You can show them how results-driven and proven your programs are. Right? This is where marketing and selling becomes even easier, and it creates what I call the cycle of confidence. So yeah, this is something as a business owner you better pay attention to. And that's why in secret number 1, that whole reverse engineering that we did, and making sure you know all the pieces, the steps, and the resources and the materials, is because it's so vital if you don't know this up front, right? If you don't put this in place, if you don't free up your time and attention from the back end, like you're not able to put your attention on your clients, and it limits your growth. And by implementing the roadmap to success, you're setting into place that infrastructure, the exquisite support, the precise steps, and the resources necessary to support your prospects and clients in having that optimal experience with you. This is what differentiates you as a business owner from that of a hobbyist that just dabbles in coaching here and there. Can you see when you put your attention on making sure the framework is in place to find the right clients, to support your clients and getting amazing results, and how having incredible success stories that provides evidence for your clients' results, like how that's going to boost your confidence when it comes to getting out there and telling others about the work you do in your marketing? Yeah. Can you see by having each of these pieces in place, knowing that nothing's going to slip through the cracks, that it will free up your time from having to work on the back end so you can actually focus on doing what you love? Yeah. And can you see that, you know, if you've been doing this a while, for those of you that have been doing this a while, maybe you've hit that plateau. There might be a few areas that you can make some minor adjustments, maybe fill some holes that are missing in your business that'll free up your time and really impact your bottom line. Yeah. Now, I know some of you might be sitting there saying things like, Melinda, I don't need to worry about optimal experiences. I just need a client. I get it. And it's not true. When you offer the optimal experience, when you set yourself up right out of the gate in a way that you can position that, you help your clients get big results and get them fast. And you have extraordinary experiences with your clients. You have clients that will work with you for longer periods of time. They'll invest in other programs that you offer. They'll become raving fans and refer you, right? And so we want to make sure that we're getting not only ready, but we're also prepared, because then once you go out and start getting clients, you become a client-getting machine. And the bottom line is you market less and coach more. And it doesn't even have to be hard to implement, and it doesn't take that much time, and it can be super easy. And it's going to help not only you get organized, but bring amazing results for your business and your clients. And it's absolutely possible. And it doesn't just work at the strategy level and conceptual level. Like, it works in the real world scenarios and real niches that you're in. And I'm going to show you how to do all of this in just a few minutes. Right now, let's dive into secret number 3. Secret number 3 is the power of integration. This is where you have everything working together behind the scenes, and where you leverage the point of integration among all of those steps we just saw, among all those best practices, using one platform. So they're all talking to each other and they're all working together effortlessly. You don't even have to be tech savvy to make this work for you. In fact, because you're working with one platform, you remove the complexity of you having to work several different technologies to figure it all out and make it all happen. And ultimately, it frees up your time. Your business is streamlined and automated. There's less headache, and your business, and quite honestly your life, they become a lot simpler. And I want to share with you the power of the point of integration when setting up the back end of your business, because this is when things get really sexy and fun, or at least I think so. So let's go back to that ultimate coaching business blueprint. So you've got the entire well-oiled machine, right? All the 7 best practices, the 7 core components running your business. When you take a closer look, you kind of zoom in, you see that each of those areas of your business, it's made up of multiple items, like those gears, to make one part of your business work. And then when you take an even closer look, you see that for each of those items, each of those best practices, that there's content and materials like the copy for your lead magnet, the copy for your opt-in page, the copy for a sales page, the copy for follow-up messages, all of that kind of stuff. Like, all that has to be in place and implemented for all those items and best practices to function effectively and get results for you. And the point at which those 2 best practices intersect, that's the point of integration. This is where your business becomes a heck of a lot easier. This is where automation can occur. This is where you free up your time, right? This is where you ensure that every prospect, every client has the same amazing experience, and you're able to focus on doing what you love. This is the part of the business that you don't see, and it's what you don't see it's the most powerful part of your business. It's the magic behind the scenes that makes your business run smoothly and makes your life way easier. So I want to share an example with you. I want to talk about because I know a lot of you are new, so let's talk about list building, right? Getting new leads and things like that. So let's take the example of a prospect opting into your mailing list, like they're going to leave their name and email to get that lead magnet, that valuable resource that you're going to give them as a free gift, and then booking a sample session, right? Seems pretty easy. Somebody's going to go to a page, they're going to leave a name, they're going to get a thing from you, and they're going to book an appointment. Well, here's what has to happen behind the scenes just to get that name onto your mailing list, to get that lead magnet delivered, for the follow-up to be sent. Like, there's a lot of elements that you have to build that opt-in page. You have to create and put into place those autoresponders. You have to have your online scheduling tool. And one of the things in this list building sequence that we teach our boot campers is in the autoresponders and that follow-up, the automated follow-up when somebody signs up for your free gift. You want to strategically include a PS in every autoresponder message that prompts that prospect to book a sample session when they're ready. And you want to have a link to your online calendar so that they can easily book it at their convenience, right? This turns pressure selling into prompting, right? And you also avoid all the emails back and forth trying to figure out exactly when you can meet, only to realize that you're talking about different time zones, and like, that's nuts, right? So you just want to include a strategic PS, a link to your calendar, and off you go. And that point right there, when you include the calendar link in your opt-in autoresponders, that's the point of integration. It's like in that blueprint diagram, right? When those gears came together, when they interconnected together, that machine, those gears are now turning as a whole. Now your list building funnel, right, your lead magnet and those autoresponder messages, is directly working and integrating with your converting system, your online calendar. And it's all automated. It's done. And without these gears connecting, right, because we have to have all these things in place to be able to grow your list effectively and consistently. And without those gears connecting, you just have several individual components working on their own but not talking to each other. They're not working together. And on the reactionary path, as you would bump into things and realize you had to put something in place, you would have to manage and pay for actually 3 separate technologies just to accomplish this simple thing of growing your list. Kind of crazy. And at this point, this is where you have a choice. So, like I said, when you're on the path to setting up your business, you have a choice. And I want to show you the implications of both paths that you can choose from. So no matter which one you choose from, you know exactly in advance what you're getting in for. So what's the choice? Will you choose the reactionary path, or will you choose the path of the proactive business owner? Now, if you recall Kate's story, right, she'd been so focused on networking and the bright, shiny object, and she had put all of her attention on coaching, she hadn't thought about everything that had to happen when somebody said yes, or everything that has to happen behind the scenes. And this is a reactionary path, right? This is what quickly leads to overwhelm. When you solve needs as you bump into them without having any knowledge of the bigger picture, and as I mentioned earlier in our experience, we discovered that this path, like on average, it leads to implementing over 7, upwards of 9 different technologies to run everything, and it takes 1 to 3 years before a coach has it all figured out and their business is happening. So now let's take a look at the proactive approach that we've outlined in our roadmap to success. Because as you've learned here in this workshop series, the proactive approach, this is where you invest just a small amount of time up front to learn all the best practices and the precise sequence in which to implement things in. And simultaneously, and here's another piece of the magic, simultaneously, while you're learning the strategies and we're learning those best practices together, you're also implementing and integrating one cohesive platform to kick it all off so your business runs smoothly, like that well-oiled machine. And on average, this approach, it just takes anywhere from 3 to 5 months to complete, not 1 to 3 years. And while this takes a bit of initial time, just like it did for me when Kate handed me that pile of papers, you end up with a steady, with consistent results, better results for a longer period of time instead of that feast to famine cycle, right? So it's your choice. How do you want to experience your business? And leveraging the point of integration in one platform is where you free up your time on the back end. This is where you can integrate and automate all the aspects of your business, and the more streamlined your business runs, the more seamlessly your clients have an optimal experience, right? And it just keeps getting better, and it just keeps getting better and easier. And you can work with more clients in the same amount of time or less time. And at the Coaches Console, we are that one platform. We incorporate everything that you need, all the elements, all the best practices that your coaching business needs. We included in this one platform. It was made for coaches by coaches, and this one system covers the day-to-day tasks that we've talked about in today's workshop. This is where we make things even easier for you. And as you make your way through the coaching business roadmap to success, one step at a time, I want you to always be asking yourself what I call this magical proactive question. How can I integrate everything into one platform? This will keep you moving forward on the proactive path. It's going to minimize your time on the back end, free up your time, and you get to do what you love. It's your choice. How do you want to experience your business? You know, we have choices for everything in our lives, right? Even you heard it earlier when Kate was introducing me and she was telling you a little bit about who I am outside of business. You heard that my husband and I, we love traveling all over, going to concerts. And even with those concerts, we get to choose what experience we want to have, right? Like for some concerts, we want to hear the music live, so, you know, we just opt for general admission, and it's better than sitting at home listening to it on Spotify or Pandora or something like that, right? But then there's other shows, like when we went to Bela Fleck and Chris Steele, like the world's greatest banjo and mandolin players. We wanted to be right up front. That's us sitting on the stage there. We wanted to be up front so we could experience like the sweat on their brows and the fingers as they were picking away at their instruments. I had goosebumps the entire time. It's like I was right there with them. And then for other shows, we want the entire experience. So we opt in for the VIP package with all sorts of perks. Like last year when we went to Desert Trip, there was 75,000 people there over 3 days, and we wanted easy and quick entrance. We wanted like closer up to the front. We didn't want to have to deal with all those crowds. And the cool thing is, in the case of concerts, like no matter which way you want to experience the band, whether it's general admission, front row, VIP, backstage, it's all the same show, right? It's the same band, the same set list, just a different way to experience it. And we always can choose how we want to experience the show. And the same, it's true in your business. You have a choice for how you can experience the setup and daily management of your business. The problem is, most entrepreneurs, they don't make that choice consciously, and they stay stuck in reactionary mode with minimal results. When you make that proactive choice and you take each step in your business one by one, like that's when you put your focus on attention on each step. You can actually gain some momentum pretty quickly. You pick up speed along the way. When Jennifer implemented the roadmap using the Coach's Console into her business, she quickly and easily got her first paying client and set up her course content to be delivered. And she was telling us, she's like, things are super real now. I'm a coach and I have a platform to support me. Or like how ecstatic Johnny Lee was when she felt like after she had implemented everything from the roadmap and launched her first group coaching program, when she felt like she finally had a real business. Your enthusiasm has you ready, and now you are finally prepared to execute. And this is the part of your business that you don't see, like I said earlier. And it's what you don't see that is the most powerful part of the process. It's the magic behind the scenes that makes everything run smoothly and consistently and makes your life way easier. I said this phrase earlier, and it's actually a takeoff of Deepak Chopra's definition of luck. When preparedness meets opportunity, success is inevitable. Right? The other high earners and industry leaders out there, they don't have a little secret or a magic wand. They focus their time and attention as a business owner getting prepared in advance behind the scenes to create a well-oiled machine that's running their business, that's running their marketing, that's running their client support. That's what Carol experienced. Before Carol experienced this roadmap, like she was hesitant to even offer the 3-month package that she had. She dreaded getting clients. That was not her favorite thing at all. And now after boot camp and implementing Coach's Console, she's effortlessly enrolling clients into only her 6-month and now 12-month packages. She feels confident doing it because of the system backing her. And with one technology platform, everything is working and everything speaks effectively to each other. Everything is pre-built for you. It saves you time and a whole lot of headache. Can you see why I love Coach's Console and why you're going to love Coach's Console too? I know I'm biased. I'm the creator of it, right? I know. And it works. It makes your life easier, and it's what we call business made easy. And you've heard the many stories from our clients, and you've heard me share that stuff with you on today's training. And that's why we created it for you, because we know you don't love this stuff. We do. I'm telling you, I geek out over it, and so does my entire team. In fact, I want to show you how easy it can be using one integrated technology. You guys ready for me to show you behind the scenes and how easy it is to pull off this blueprint and applying the roadmap? Like, let's go take a look. Let me switch screens here. So give me a quick yes while I'm switching screens. Just give me a quick yes in the comment box if you're enjoying all this content so far. Yeah, oh, good, 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 good. Yes, let's see it. Okay, it's coming, Carrie, it's coming, Carrie. All right, so let me switch these screens. Oh, we got an absolutely from Alexandra. Awesome, big capital letters, yes, from Tamara. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, let me switch screens here. All right, so what I'm going to show you is the Coach's Console. Obviously, the easy, proactive way is the Coach's Console. Like, there's no hiding it. You knew. It's not like you didn't know it, right? This is the tool that's going to help you easily set up the magic behind the scenes of your business. So welcome to the Coach's Console and to the back office of your business. Okay, I want to go through and quickly, just click by click, show you those 7 best practices. So the first one we had was branding. In the branding best practice, you want to quickly set up a professional web presence, right? You don't have to have the perfect website, right? But you do want to set up a professional web presence. And for Coaches Console members, it's super easy. They can choose from a pre-configured template that they can customize as their own, right? They can add in pages and menus, and they can set that up. We've got it created for them if you're just getting started to use as a stepping stone, or you can customize it. And when it comes, let me show you, let me actually just show you a quick sample. So again, you can customize this template, and all of the necessary elements behind the scenes that makes your business work, they're all integrated. It's already pre-built for you. You don't have to figure out, how do I add an opt-in form? Where do I add a button? How do I add a button? Like, it's all created for you. And you can customize this to match the look and feel of your business, your niche, the work and transformation that you do, okay? Now, a tip for branding early on is that it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get it going. And then you can perfect as you go. Okay, now let's look at list building. This is one of my favorite parts. I love list building because it's super sexy when you get it all in place. So Jennifer, one of our top bootcamp graduates and a brand new coach at the time, she discovered how quickly she could implement that free gift, that lead magnet that I was telling you earlier, right? She went into her console system. She uploaded her free gift into her console system. We actually gave her a template. We walked her through how to create it. We actually gave her a free gift and a template so she could easily create it, get it uploaded. She could create a custom opt-in form because we provide a quick and easy wizard so that you can create the form, you can create the autoresponders. We even give you the 5 most effective autoresponders as a template and done for you so that you can just tweak it to match your audience and you can get started. And then your business can evolve with you. Once you create that opt-in form, you can create an opt-in page. And with your console website, you can either choose to have that opt-in form right on the side column of your website template, or if you already have an existing site, we show you easily how to take this and integrate it to an existing site. You can even create standalone opt-in pages, right? If you need to have a landing page for various or multiple different types of lead magnets for different things you're doing, you can create a standalone opt-in page in your system as well. And that's what Jennifer did. She was easily able to upload her free gift, create the opt-in form, add it to her website, set up the autoresponders so that she can include that strategic PS, right, that I was telling you about earlier. So now when clients and prospects get this, they can easily book a sample session with her, right? When I was asking Jennifer about the top factor of her success in boot camp, she said it was her boot camp coach that she had. And Jennifer told us, she said, my boot camp coach was excellent in helping to get me focused and providing feedback because my boot camp coach, she had been there too, and she knew what it was like, right? And so we support you in not only learning how to use this, but in setting this up and really keeping focus and keeping momentum as you go through. Now, our boot campers, we don't like people to reinvent the wheel. That's not fun. We don't think that's fun anyway. And so they receive an entire list building funnel that's optimized and ready to use. Like it's pre-built into their console system. The free gift, the opt-in form, right? The everything, the autoresponders, it's there. You can simply tweak what we provide you, get it out there, get results, and then customize it as your business grows. And we've already pre-built it for you in your technology, right? And then once somebody opts in, right? Once they're on your website and they leave their name, or they land on your opt-in page and they leave their name, then they're going to be added to the contact list, which is also managed and organized inside your console system. And your contact list is segmented by different status types. And one of the tips I want to share with you is when you're segmenting your contacts, you want to gather all of them and have them in one place. And you want to seg them as prospects, right? You also want to have a segment for hot leads. These are the people, they're more than just prospects. They're curious and interested in the work that you do and how you might be able to help them. They're the ones who book the sample sessions. You also want to segment into your active clients, those you're actively working with, right? And even your inactive clients, the people that have completed agreements, but you need to keep all their files on hand so when they come back, they can easily be reactivated and you've got all their data right there ready to go. Now, once they've opted in and they're on your contact list and you're sending them autoresponders to prompt them and you give them that link and that strategic PS, now it's time for them to book a sample session. So built into your console system is an online calendar. So you can easily schedule your client appointments, group appointments, and you can set up blocks of available time with different types of contacts, different types of people that will be coming to your website to schedule a session with you. So again, when somebody lands on your website, they can see quickly and easily, we've already pre-configured this, or we give you the elements to integrate it into an existing site. They can click, they can choose their time zone, and they can book an appointment that's available. Super easy, super professional, even if you're just getting started right out of the gate. And not to mention that when you use your online scheduling tool inside your console system, because everything's integrated and working together, you can easily, I know a lot of you are just getting started, several of you at the beginning of today's training said that you're going through certification. You're just completing your certification, you're about to. When you use an integrated tool like this, 2 clicks and a few quick moments and all of your hours are compiled. They're organized for you. It's generated into an ICF format where you can just simply download, send it off to the certification committee, and you're done. And it took you all of about 20 seconds, not a whole weekend or a couple of weeks to gather your hours. This is how you can free up your time when you have a system that is integrated. Your website is working with your contacts, it's working with your schedule, it's working with your certification reports. Like, that's sexy. I think that's sexy, but I told you I geek out on this stuff. So how does that look? Does that look like something that you'd want to use in your business? That's what Coach's Console is all about. But it doesn't stop there, right? We're going to keep going. It's not enough just to optimize the front-end list building portion of your business. You can do so much more from one technology, even if you're afraid of or you don't like technology. That reminds me of a story that I want to share with you quickly. For boot camp, or one of our boot camp grads, Kathy. Before she got started with us, she had a huge fear of technology, and she didn't feel confident in her business. She just kept jumping all over the place and found it hard to focus. After working with her personal boot camp coach, Kathy had the clarity on her niche that she'd been looking for. She set goals for her business. She increased her confidence. She launched her website. She had that free gift out there. She was working on the autoresponders to automate the follow-up. She went from being afraid of technology to being comfortable with technology. Remember, like Kathy, to use one integrated platform, you remove the complexity. You don't have to be tech savvy. You just have to be tech comfy. Like, if you can work with a simple Word document, or maybe if you feel comfortable using something like Gmail, right? Super simple. Okay, the best practice for quickly enrolling clients is to be prepared in advance. Before you ever show up for that sample session, be prepared in advance with your online agreement. And of course, in your console system, you can set up those agreements. We actually give you several templates. So depending on the different packages that you offer, the different niches you work in, the different types of clients or services that you offer, You can set up the different agreements. You can set up the written contract terms. You can set up how you want the invoicing done. Is it automated? Do you want to manually do it? You've got thank you pages. So you can set all of this up in advance before you ever go to the sample session. And here's the other thing I think is super sexy. I love this piece too right here. Because you're prepared in advance, you sit down and imagine you're at a sample session. And you open, like you've got this feeling that they're like, oh my gosh, I think they're going to say yes to coaching. Like they're super interested in this. Because you're prepared, you can pull out a secured page on a tablet, a smartphone, a laptop. You can have them open it if they're, if you're doing your sample session on Skype or the phone or whatnot, and you can present your agreement in a very professional manner. It gives them all the details. It gives them all the written contract terms, and they can easily click to accept, so you can leverage their yes. And right there, during the sample session, when they click this, it's legally binding, it stamps it, and you have now just triggered your onboarding messages. Your new client autoresponders are being delivered. You haven't left the sample session, and you have already given instructions for how your client can access everything that they need to get started right away. That's the power of integration. That's the power of one platform. I told you that was sexy. Like, just imagine what that's going to feel like when you can have that platform backing you. And speaking of that, as we onboard them, like now they've said yes, we've leveraged the yes, now you can invite them to what we call a private client website portal, right? So once that client accepts that agreement and those automated new client autoresponders are being delivered, they're instructing your clients how to log in to the back end of your website, to a private portal. Some people call this a member area or a membership area. And your clients are greeted. They're greeted by a dashboard, so it has their upcoming appointments, their details. They can access the welcome packet and access the forms and the documents and materials that they need to access based on the package that they bought from you, or based on the course that they enrolled in with you. And they can access that content, and they can retrieve exactly what they need when you have this kind of client engagement system in place. And that actually, I want to share with you what one of our Coaches Console members, Val, what she discovered after implementing this type of client engagement system into her business. Val said that her clients and her, they stay connected in between their sessions in a way that's more secure and personal than regular email. And Val went on to say, she says, I don't have to remember to send them a welcome packet. My system does it for me. It gives my clients everything they need to know in bite-sized pieces. It stops the overwhelm for my clients, and I notice that they're applying the information more consistently than before, which helps their progress. Like, the action she took was to provide a secure place, a portal, for her clients to log in and access, so they're organized and they can retrieve the content and material, and they can move at whatever the pace that's best for them. So now you're well on your way to setting up the foundation of your business, right? So in addition to your enthusiasm having you ready to make money, as a business owner, you are now prepared to get those clients, make money, support them effortlessly and professionally right out of the gate. Is that something that, that you think you could do on your own? I mean, you literally just saw me do it, right? Yeah, I've got a whole lot more yeses and awesomes, and that's good. Awesome, awesome, cool. Right, so I'm going to keep going. There's just a couple more things that I want to share, because so far we've just looked at the marketing and sales of our business. Now we get to serve our clients more powerfully, right? So the #1 best practice for supporting our clients, if you remember, is exquisite client support. Let's go back into the back end of our console system. Because in our console system, as we're organizing our contact list and segmenting it, we're also compiling all of our client data into one place. So all of their information, whether it's the agreements that they've accepted, invoices that they have paid, the forms that they have filled out, appointments that you've scheduled with them. Like, you as the coach, you can get your hands on exactly what you need when you need it to powerfully serve your clients. And as you're scheduling those appointments with your clients and your system is sending the automated appointment reminder, it's including a link to a session prep form so your clients can complete that call strategy form. You can review it before the session. You can enter your private notes and keep those organized. And right after the session, you can send follow-up notes. and you can keep it all organized in one place with your clients. So now you're organized, you can get your hands on what you need so you can serve your clients to help them get the biggest results in the quickest amount of time. And when Patty, another boot camper of ours, when she was implementing all of this, she got 5 new paying clients all at the same time. And with her exquisite client support, she easily could get her hands on the information she needed to serve all of them and provide that optimal experience to every one of them at the same time. She was able to handle that spike and all those new clients because she was organized behind the scenes. And as she says, she's professional in how she serves her clients as well. And the same is true even if you don't feel tech savvy yourself, or maybe you don't have clients that think they're tech savvy, right? Terry, another one of our boot campers, she has a client. She's an adorable 70-year-old little woman. And this little 70-year-old little woman, she's pretty leery about using Terry's technology, right? That back end. When Terry had her log into the back end in her private client portal, she's kind of leery about it at first. But in a short amount of time, her client was saying, I love this system, and I love how everything is organized in one place. And she was telling us how she could easily refer to everything and retrieve what she needs. It made their coaching relationship even more powerful and supporting Terry's clients in getting those results even better and even faster. Does anyone think they could do this by themselves and do this in their business? Yeah, give me a yes if you could create this awesome, in the webinar box, if you could create this awesome back end that will position you to grow your list, to get those clients, just give me a yes. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a double yes. Haha, nice. We've built this tool so anyone can use it. And I know we have some people, I saw it mentioned on here, so I just want to touch on this really quickly, and then I'll go into some more information here in just a second. I can't show you everything. I wish I could show you everything, but in the short amount of time, I hope I've given you an idea about what's possible. And one of the last things I want to show you while we're here, because I know a lot of you want to do group programs, or you're getting ready to, or you want to start introducing that into your business. And within your console system, you have a shopping cart built in. So you can create unlimited number of products, whether it's home study programs, whether it's group coaching programs, whether it's high-end masterminds, inner circles, free teleclass content, whatever it is. You can organize your products. You can sell those products. And again, in your console system, if you're using your website, we've got a done for you products and services page. So as you create your products, you easily can put them out there to sell. Or you can create a sales page, right? You can set up just a specific landing page and a sales page for a program that you might offer. So you've got a lot of flexibility, but in your console system, it's easy to set up those products. And then in the course and content delivery module, it's easy for you to set up and organize all of that content and make it easy for your participants to retrieve that content and work through the activity, right? So you can provide it and drip that content to participants over time. And like I said, while that is not everything, like I said, I wish I could show you everything, but I think I've given you an idea of the power when leveraging one cohesive system, one technology to integrate everything behind the scenes in your business, and how easy implementing the roadmap to success can be, right? Everything's talking with each other. Everything is integrated in one technology, from branding to list building, which is connected to converting and sample session, which flows right into enrolling and onboarding and easily supports and helps you get paid and gets those referrals, right? The Coach's Console is business made easy. And you can take one technology to help you simplify your back office, eliminate a lot of other costs that are draining your profits and hitting your bottom line, and you can maximize the time of doing what you love. You know, to match the effectiveness of this one tool, the Coach's Console, you would need to manage WordPress for 25 bucks a month, Constant Contact at 75 bucks a month, Time Trade at 25, One Shopping Cart at 69, QuickBooks at 20, Adobe Echo Sign at 10, and something like Jigsaw Box at 125 bucks a month. Now, that's a lot of technology. That's a lot of time and a lot of money, or you can get it streamlined all in one system. The Coach's Console is business made easy, and we're here to walk you through it step by step. The console makes your entire business work even better and makes your life simpler. And it's true, and it's why so many startup coaches and practitioners are using it, and why we think you should too. It's simple to use, fully integrated piece of technology. If you've enjoyed us, again, just give me a quick yes in the webinar box. Definitely. Oh, I got a definitely. Nice. Okay, I just want to do a quick recap. Oh, before I forget, again, here in just a couple minutes, I'm going to give you my 5-step formula for finding new clients, even if you don't have a list. So stick with me because I want to share with you those 5 steps because I know you're all eager to get new clients. So real quick, let's do a recap. Secret number 1, the sequence matters. Secret number 2, structure the optimal experience every time for every client, even your prospects, so that they have a wow experience. Secret number 3, the power of integration. This is where everything works together. I hope you thought the content was good, and you've given me a lot of yeses so far. I've been seeing a lot in the chat box, and it sounds like it's really helped. What I want to do before we move on, I just want to take a moment, and in the webinar box, I want to ask you, it's something that I do with all of my clients in every session that I work with. I want to ask, what are some of your favorite frames from the training today? And then we're going to keep moving here in just a moment. So really quickly, just type into the webinar box, what are some of your nuggets, like some of your favorite frames, right? What are some of those favorite frames, those nuggets, those takeaways? Like, go ahead and type those in. I'm going to back up so you can see the secrets that we've just gone through before I move on. So type those in. I want to see, like, how has this been relevant for you? So type it in. I want to hear from everybody. So keep going, keep typing, and let me know what, it could be something from earlier in the training. It could be something in what I was just sharing with you and the roadmap, or from your workbook, or from some notes that you took, something it sparked for you. So what are some of those nuggets? So Daniel says roadmap to success. Nice. So having all of that mapped out piece by piece, and like it's a path that you can follow. Another one is the proactive versus reactive. I've seen where I've been reactive and I want to stop. Nice. Shelly says, I like what you said about branding. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to get going. Yes. Like, I'm a recovering perfectionist, so I know all about that, Shelly. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get started, and then you can evolve, right? That's the beautiful thing. And Daniel also says it is possible to have it all work. Yep, the importance of having a system, says Brenda. Carrie also liked the map that I provided. Cool, one-stop shop, definitely, all at your fingertips. Tamara says, in all caps, all the actionable items. First program I've heard that wants to work with you to create foundation first, mapping. Ooh, that's awesome, Tamara, I love that. June says, seeing everything organized. Tamara says, don't jeopardize quality. Use one platform. And Denise says, being organized and streamlined. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I know that we've covered a ton here today, and one of the things that I know is that if I don't take action to implement what I've learned, I'm usually not going to do it, right? It's just kind of a reality. We get super busy. It's just one of those things. So I want to give you the ability to really take action right now and let us help you do it. So if you're cool with that, I'd like to just take a few minutes and explain what's inside our brand new Easy Breezy Coaching Business Bootcamp 2.0 so you can figure out if it's right or not. Is that okay? Okay, good. So here's what you're going to get inside the new Easy Breezy, hang on a second, there we go, inside the new Easy Breezy Coaching Business Bootcamp 2.0 when you invest in our training experience. The first thing you're going to get that Coaches Console system for the next 6 months free. That's almost $1,500 of Coaches Console completely free. Is that cool? I think that is. And just to recap, the total console system, it's our highest level package, and here's what you get. You get that contact list and all the client data module. You get the online calendar, both a public website template as well as that private client website portal. You get the marketing, communicate, email, newsletter module. You get the billing module with invoicing and client agreements. You get that shopping cart module, the course and content delivery. It's all included. Now, there's a couple of questions that I see. Let me just address those pretty quickly. We get these a lot, actually. So after the 6 months, what happens after the 6 months? Well, when you're part of the Easy Breezy Bootcamp, you receive 6 months free of our total console system. Normally, that's $247 a month, by the way. And as one of our boot camp grads, after those 6 months are up, you'll continue to have the total console system, but we're going to give it to you at our core basic rate of $147 a month. It's just month to month after that. Another question is, what if I already have Coach's Console? Not to worry. We just put your existing membership on hold. Like your payment will go on hold, you'll get 6 months free, and then you'll resume your membership at the rate you've been paying after the 6 months. Super simple. Plus, you get to be part of our boot camp training as well. And so here's what you're about to get. You're about to get the Coach's Console for the entire 6 months, a total value of almost $1,500. And then you're going to get our brand new Easy Breezy Bootcamp 2.0 training. That's where we have the 7 modules, one to correspond with each of the best practices. So we teach you the strategies for branding. We dive in and we look at the strategies for list building, for converting. We master enrollment conversations, onboarding, engaging. We get all of that in place, supporting, providing exquisite client support, and automating the referring, right? And I've set this up as an online training to walk you through everything step by step, click by click, so that you can access and go through each module at your own pace, right? I'm going to work with you step by step, and I'm going to teach you the strategies and all the best practices and how they work together. And then at the same time, we're going to roll up our sleeves and we're going to implement it together, click by click, inside your console system. When one of our boot campers, Melissa, was telling us about her experience, she shared how supported and helped she felt with her unlimited online access to her boot camp coach during boot camp, and how it helped her feel peaceful to really move at the pace that was perfect for her. And that's how we've set this up for you as well. Sound good? If you're wondering who this works for, it's ideal. Like I said at the beginning, it's ideal for coaches, for startup coaches, for all types of practitioners. If you have a set of services and skills and packages that you're offering to clients, it's perfect for you. And it works if you're in the startup mode or if you're going to the next level and need to streamline. So if I sum it up, you're going to get 6 months free of the Coach's Console, the new Easy Breezy Bootcamp 2.0, a total value of almost $4,500. So what else do you need? Well, earlier when we were talking about the effective and consistent list building, right, my favorite topic, you're going to need to create that irresistible lead magnet, that free gift. It's what makes marketing easier. You're going to want to have that optimized opt-in page, a simple opt-in form, effective autoresponders that engage and serve your prospects. You want to make sure that you've got a product to sell them, so it's easy to flow right into your sales funnel. You want that sales page that it converts, right? You want to make sure when people land on it, they buy it. You want to make sure that you organize your content, your forms, your materials securely, making it easy for clients to retrieve what they need. And you most likely don't have any content or materials for your list building funnel, or maybe if you do, you're not sure if they're really working as well as they could. And it's so important to have all of this stuff, right? We want to have all of that in place to confidently build out your business. We want it to be tested and proven. And when you think about coming up with the ideas for your lead magnet, or the time it takes to write it all, edit it, test it, the time it takes to piece it all together, and then figuring out the technology to make it work, like that can get overwhelming pretty quickly. And even worse, like I have seen this slow people down as much as 3 or 4 months, sometimes longer. So let me ask this. How many of you are thinking, I have no idea what I do for a lead magnet? I have no idea what I'd write on my opt-in page, let alone a sales page, let alone the thought of figuring out how to create autoresponders or when to send them or what the subject line should be, like the time it's going to take to test and figure all this stuff out. Like, how many of you thought that? Be honest. Yeah, how many of you would like it if I just gave you everything for that sequence? How many of you would like if all of that was already professionally written and created for you so you can just make a few tweaks to customize it to your audience? Like, how many of you would like it if it was even pre-built for you in the technology? Would that be valuable? If you think so, you are going to love this bonus. Not only have we written everything, we've created it, we've put it all together for you, we've built it for you as well. We do not want you to reinvent that wheel. We want to take care of that for you by giving you our entire list building and client getting package. Our collection of materials, everything from that lead magnet to the opt-in form, you can use it and brand it as your own, the optimized opt-in page, the follow-up autoresponders, the sales page, all of this, the product to sell. We've created a product for you, a home study product. You can sell it right away, start generating revenue. Everything that it takes to take someone to being a stranger, to a buyer, to a raving fan. So if we add that in, you're now going to get Coach's Consult for 6 months free, the new Bootcamp 2.0, our list building client getting done for you package. That's well over $7,500. Easy breezy, right? And I don't want to stop there because there's other things that could get in your way that you may not even realize you need yet. Because now that you have your list building funnel in place and your sales funnel is ready to go, well, maybe you're sitting there thinking, that's nice, but I don't know where to find new prospects. I don't know how to start building my list from scratch. I don't know where to get leads. Well, you're not alone. This is actually one of the biggest and top struggles. It's a big spot of frustration. And I want to make sure that you have a way to generate a steady stream of leads. Does that sound good? Well, I thought you might like that. So I had Kate, my business partner. She is the queen of networking. So I had her create a 3-part training series, Network Your Way to an Abundant Business. Even if you hate networking, she guides you step by step in this 3-part training series. You'll have access to this right away, and so you can immediately start getting out there and getting connected with the leads so you can start growing your list. She takes the guesswork out of it, right? She makes it a ton of fun. She taught me everything I know. So now if we add that in, you're going to get the Coach's Consult for 6 months free, our Bootcamp 2.0, our done-for-you list building and client getting package, and the Network Your Way to an Abundant Business, well over $8,000. So here's the last thing. So many of us, we've got the freedom to work from home, right? Well, that also, we can be isolated, and that can really sabotage our success if we're not careful. And so I want to make sure that you stay connected, that you're collaborating and you're tapping into your creativity. So we're going to give you access to our private bootcamp community. Myself, Kate, my team, our coaches, our VAs, our support team, we're all in there answering your questions, sharing resources, and supporting you. We're going to give you lifetime access to our weekly live group coaching Q&A calls. So, and even after boot camp is over, right, you have lifetime access to this. So you've gone through boot camp, your business is continuing to grow and evolve, you still have access to this business coaching every week. You have access to unlimited access to your online boot camp coach during boot camp. We're going to set this up to make this your best year ever so you can create the business beyond your wildest dreams and live the lifestyle beyond your wildest dreams. So now if we add that in, you're going to get Coach's Consult for 6 months free, the new Easy Breezy Bootcamp, the list building and client getting package, the Networking Your Way to an Abundant Business, group coaching, access to your online bootcamp coach, and a free ticket to our event. That's a total value of $14,775 if you were to buy all of this separately. And one of the things I like to ask is, what would all of this be worth to you? Like, would it be worth it to go from 0 to 300 contacts fast like Jennifer did? Or would it be worth it to easily enroll clients into a 12-month program? Or to quickly launch group programs or offer additional courses? Or if you were able to double your rates and have clients easily pay for it? Well, probably. And if it just got your life to become a heck of a lot easier, would it be worth it? I'm thinking it would be. So you're probably wondering, what's the investment, Melinda? And when it came to this, we had a decision to make when we were thinking about pricing. On one hand, we considered making this as cheap as possible, but it wouldn't let us give you the best chance to succeed, right? Because we couldn't invest as many resources to support you. On the other hand, what's most important to us is to see you succeed. So we went with that option, which requires a little higher investment on your part, but it gives us the resources to guarantee your success. Then the other decision that we faced was, what's the best way for you to experience all of this? We could have you do it with us, just our regular boot camp, right? We could have you do it with us. I walk you through it step by step, click by click. I'm your guide. I show you the way. I give you the strategies and the content. You implement it as we went along. But then Kate said, hold on a second. And she reminded me that for her, she knew she needed to implement all of this, but she also knew if she was left to do it on her own, she would have good intentions, but she probably wouldn't get it done. And her preferred way to experience things is to have it done for you. And she made a good point. And then one of our students, she shared a story. She was uber busy. She was booking big speaking gigs, doing tons of marketing, had big projects, and she needed everything set up fast. And she also made a good point. And those three options, they're all great options for very different reasons and for very different types of people. And in the past, we've always just offered the Do It With Us boot camp. That's it. And this time I didn't want to do that. I want you, whatever your situation is and whatever your needs are, I want you to have the experience you prefer when it comes to learning and getting results. So we took some extra measures on our part to make that possible so you could choose the experience you desire to have in setting up your business. It's, you know, it's like when we were talking about the concerts, right? It's like that. For some shows, we just love having general admission so we can go to the venue. Other times we want front row, and other times we want VIP backstage. It's all still the same show, same set list, same music, just a different way to experience it. The same is true with boot camp here. Same training, same strategies, same system, same, just a different way to experience it. So my question is, how do you want to experience your business? You have a choice. I just want to go through these choices really quickly, and then I'm going to get to my final piece that I want to share with you. You can have experience one. You can do it with us. I walk you through it all step by step, click by click. You get the new Easy Breezy Coaching Business Bootcamp 2.0, the 6 months free of Coach's Console, plus the other bonuses that I've already mentioned to support you in your journey. Then for those like Kate that want it all done for you and you want more personal support, we have Experience 2, the Done For You package. This is where you get the new Bootcamp 2.0, Coach's Console for 6 months free, all the other bonuses that I've mentioned, and you're going to get another 6 months free. So you're going to have a total of 12 months free of the Coach's Console, plus you're going to get your own personal Coach's Console certified virtual assistant to implement everything for you. This is valued at well over $20,000, and we're going to make it totally doable today. Now, we only have spots for 25 people for this Done For You experience, and it's first come, first serve. So if you're like Kate, if you're that kind of person, you're like, look, I just want this done for me, you want to grab your spot pretty quickly because they'll fill up. And then finally, we have Experience 3, where we're going to gather in person for a 3-day live intensive, knock it out, get this done fast. This will be high-level, VIP style with personal support in a very short period of time. You'll join Kate and I in person in our hometown with only 4 other boot campers in an intimate VIP experience. And once you're with us, we've got you covered, right? Your lodging, your meals, your VA, everything. You're going to have access to your VA to help you get prepared for the intensive. Kate, my business partner, she's going to be your private one-on-one coach through boot camp. You're going to have another 40 hours with your VA to implement and keep the momentum going after our experience. We walk you through this white glove treatment VIP style, and we do it for you along the way. And again, because of this level of support and attention that Kate and I and our VAs put on you, we can only take 5 spots. And because we want to make sure that we get the right people that are 100% committed and can afford this investment, it's an application process. Now today, just to be considered to be one of those 5 spots, you just have to complete a short application and put down a 100% refundable deposit. That'll get you a call with Kate so you can determine if it's a good fit for you, right? So again, like I said, the material, the training, the strategies, that is the same. The system, it's the same. It's no matter which experience you choose, it's the same material. The different experiences are just catered to how you most prefer to learn and get results. Would it be worth it to get up to speed faster, to start growing your list immediately, to get paying clients more quickly? Like, that's the question to ask yourself. What would it mean to your business? Because that's what we're talking about with these 3 different experiences. It's just speed of implementation is all. And the good news is right now during this promotion, we want to make it super accessible to you no matter which experience you choose. So for Experience 1, that Do It With Us boot camp, it's just one payment of $19.97. Now, if it's easier to get started with installments, we do have 6 installments at $379 a month. If that's easier for you, that's it. And this is where you learn and implement it as I walk you through it step by step and click by click. Your second option, Experience 2, the Done For You option, this is that personal support and to have your own VA do all the work for you. So you learn it with me in boot camp, your VA does it for you in your console system. And this is a single payment of $5,000. And again, if it would be easier to do installments, we do offer installments for this option as well. That's what Jonah did when she trusted her gut to invest in this option, which helped her to accelerate her learning and increase her confidence. She was telling us that she got better results working with her VA more quickly than she would have on her own. And then finally, for the select few that are ready to just get this done and get it done fast with high-level support, we have Experience 3. It's our VIP 3-day live intensive, and this is a $15,000 investment. And like I said, today you only have to put down a $1,000 fully refundable deposit along with a simple application that you'll complete. So those are the experiences that you can choose from. So, let's say that you were to choose, not that you have to, but if you did, like, how do you most prefer to learn and get results? So all you got to do to choose your experience is go to coachesconsole.com/start. It'll take you to a page with all the details that I've talked about today. You'll see a link inside the chat box that you can click on, and you'll see the 3 experiences laid out for you. Right? You'll see them all there and all the details. And so really the question is, how do you want to experience your business? And just to make this even easier and risk-free, so you don't have any doubts or hesitations, you can experience this risk-free on me for 45 days. I also refer to it as our peace of mind money-back guarantee. Now, I know it's a big deal to make any investment in your business at the beginning, right? I want to make sure that this is right for you. Now, let me be straight up. Boot camp is not something to just check out and kick the tires or hope it works. Your success depends on your full commitment to implement and practice the strategies that we teach you. Right? If after participating in Easy Breezy Boot Camp program and completing the pre-work and intro modules that we get you and the homework through session 2, if you don't see a return on your efforts, then you just simply let us know and we'll promptly make arrangements to return 100% of your money. There is a condition. You must actually try the program by implementing the homework through the first 2 modules to complete this work, right? Because again, your coaches, you know this with your own clients. What I can guarantee is that if you don't show up and put in the work, it's not going to work for you. Just like if your clients don't show up for their sessions, they're not going to get results either. So go ahead and go to coachesconsole.com/start and select the experience that's best for you and give this gift to yourself. You see the URL on the screen, coachesconsole.com/start. You'll also see a link inside the chat box, and you can click on that and it'll take you to the page where you'll see the details and you can select the experience that's right for you and give this gift to yourself. Don't overthink it. All that's going to happen when you consult that part of your brain that's saying, nah, I'm okay, I got this, I'll figure this out as I go. It's the same thing that blocks you from everything great in your life. So you don't trust yourself on this one. And we put the safety net in place just in case. We give you the 7 modules of the best practices, the precise sequence to set everything up in, along with the one cohesive technology to implement it all. I hold your hand along the way. For the areas where you might get stuck, we provide you templates, done-for-you content, scripts, materials, your own boot camp coach to keep the momentum building. And we offer the 45-day money-back guarantee. And you've got your choice for how fast you want to implement this and get results. So really the question is, what do you have to lose? Now, one more thing I want to throw in, just to nudge you over the fence a little bit, because I know sometimes it takes a little love tap or a little extra nudge to get you off the fence. And for anyone that signs up during today's webinar, just today, before I cover this one last piece of training that I've got for you, before we go into our live Q&A session, when you go to coachesconsole.com/start, you'll also receive a jumpstart consultation with one of our highly proficient, extraordinarily trained Rockstar Bootcamp coaches. This Jumpstart Coach consultation, it meets you where you are. It helps you gain clarity in knowing exactly what to focus on to get quick results. And your bootcamp coach, she'll coach you through an immediate stuck spot that you might have so you can get a head start on getting results. Is that good for you? Does that get you fired up? I love this. Our bootcamp coaches are amazing. And this is only for those people that say yes during the webinar, right? So here in just a little bit, when I end this, this is going to go away, okay? So you could do nothing, even though it's 100% risk-free. You can just, do nothing, just go about your day and hope your business starts to get better. Or you can take that leap of faith that we have a safety net in place for. and just try this out for 45 days. And the sad part is if you're not going to take action on this today, you probably are never going to take action on this stuff. Am I right? I mean, are you really ever ready? Was I ready when I got fired? No, you're never really ever ready. So again, I want to sum everything up that you're getting. You're going to get Coaches Console 6 months free on us. You'll join the new Bootcamp 2.0 where I'll walk you through the 7 modules, step by step, click by click. You'll get our list building, client getting done for you funnel package, the networking training, the private community, lifetime access to weekly live group coaching Q&A calls, unlimited access to your bootcamp coach during bootcamp, and a free ticket to our live event. A total value of over $14,000, and you get it for one payment of $19.97. Or you can choose, to have it all done for you with more personal support, or be one of the 5 that want the VIP 3-day live intensive with Kate and I. Right? So the question, I'll ask it again, what do you have to lose? Okay, the last thing that I want to share with you is what I promised. My 5-step formula for finding new clients, even if you don't have a list. We're over a little bit here in time, so I'm going to wrap up pretty quickly, and then I'm going to open it up for Q&A time. Whatever questions you might have, I see people are typing in questions, and whatever questions, I'm happy to stay on the line for however long it takes to get your questions answered. And I see so many people are joining. I'm so excited. Now you will be getting your Jumpstart session that's going to be coming to your inbox. It might already be there. You'll get the details so you can get that booked and get that going right away. Okay, quickly, let's go back to my 5-step formula for finding new clients, even if you don't have a list. So step number 1 is nail your niche. And your niche, we define it differently here. Because your niche, this is the foundation of everything that you do in putting your business, all of the blueprint into place and creating your messaging, right? And your niche is not about demographics or characteristics or limiting yourself to a certain type of person, right? It's not putting a cap on you. Your niche is about serving a collection of people that are facing similar challenges and wanting the same results. And when you can understand this, you can begin to locate all of those different types of people that you can help provide transformation for. And when you nail this niche and when you have this clarity, now you can fine-tune your marketing and messaging to make it laser-focused and cost-effective. And we dive deep into this in bootcamp because it's super important. Because when you have this clarity, everything becomes easier. Writing content becomes easier. Marketing you become more confident with that. Finding the people to work with becomes way easier. You begin to attract them instead of having to go out and get them and work so hard for it. And when you nail your niche, you speak to the people who need your services, who are looking for what you offer. You become known for something, and then they find out about what else you have to offer. It also enables your clients so that you can support them on a deeper level, right? You can meet them where they are. You can provide that deeper level of support. And again, it doesn't put a cap on the number of people you can work with, doesn't put a cap on your revenue. I promise you, there are people out there who need you and need the work that you are doing in this world. And like I said, if you're not clear on this, we go through this in boot camp and we do it pretty early on so that you can have that strong foundation in place. Step 2, identifying your top 10 strategic referral partners. The power is in the partnership. Most coaches, when they're getting started, they focus their attention on getting one client at a time and then getting the next client. And that has a lot to do with that feast to famine cycle, or that some people call it the roller coaster revenue, right? So let's get help from others to grow your business so you can make the impact that you want to, right? And so you spend a little bit of time up front identifying who else, like what other professions serve your ideal clients in different ways that you do, right? Instead of going one-to-one, let's take it one-to-many, because when you can align with these strategic referral partners, you can get your message in front of dozens or hundreds or even thousands of your ideal clients all at once, right? That means you can increase your exposure. You can grow your list more quickly. You can access other people's lists and get in front of those audiences and offer that lead magnet. And you've got everything set up in the back end to make that work. Like, that's the power in leveraging relationships. Instead of one-to-one, it's one-to-many. Step 3, create the perfect lead magnet. Now, we've talked about this a little bit already on this training, and again, that lead magnet is that some people call it the free gift, right? And when you're out networking, even if you're going to local networking events or if you're doing online marketing, when visitors approach you or they come to your website, you need a way to collect their name and email address, and the best way to do that is giving them something of value when they're a prospect, right? You never want to sell your services. When you're at a networking event or doing online marketing, you don't sell your services. And that's one of the biggest problems. That's why people don't like marketing and selling, because then it feels like convincing, and you've got to make them figure out why this thing called coaching or tapping or nutrition work or yoga or Reiki, like why this is so powerful. You don't sell your services. You offer a free gift. You offer that lead magnet. You bring them into your funnel and you educate them along the way. And a lead magnet, it can be a report, like a PDF download. It can be an infographic, like that roadmap or that blueprint. It can be a script, a template, a chart, like anything that alleviates the challenges that your ideal clients are facing, right? It contains educational-based content, and it helps them pick up some momentum along the way, right? So never sell your services. Always offer a free gift. All right, step 4, gathering existing contacts. Think you don't have a list? We hear this from so many people when they're just getting started, or they're even in the dreaming stage. I don't have a list. I don't have a list, Melinda. You actually have more than you think. So I have an exercise for you to do after today's training is over. I want you to go to various places in which you have your contacts scattered, right? So Gmail, Yahoo, the Excel spreadsheet, that stack of business cards that's been on your desk for a few months, right? I want you to go and I want you to collect all of those, and I want you to bring them and gather them into one place. Often, because they're scattered all over the place, this prevents you from being able to effectively communicate the right information in the right way to the right people in the right timing. Once you've collected all of these contacts, you want to reach out to them with what we call a Dear Jane letter. We actually give you this Dear Jane letter in our boot camp. It's uploaded in your console system, so it's ready to export or to email. Because if you're gathering all of these for Coaches Console users, you just import them into your console system. You have them organized in one place and segmented automatically. And then you send out this Dear Jane letter, and you let those contacts know what you're up to, how you help people, the transformation you provide, and you provide them with your lead magnet. And again, we walk you through all of this in boot camp as well. And then step 5, connect with others. Instead of sitting behind your computer, isolated, get out and get connected. And trust me, I am an introvert. I know it can be tempting to stay in the comfort of working from your home, but you've got to get out there. So I've got a couple of ideas from you, right? We don't want you to stay isolated. We want you to get out there. Join a local networking group, right? Find one that meets regularly, weekly, every other week, so you can connect with other professionals. They can help you find leads and referrals. You can connect with them as referral partners. And these networking groups, they can meet in person, they can meet online, or a combination of both, right? And if you're not sure about networking, one of the bonuses with boot camp is network your way to an abundant business. Even if you hate networking, Kate's going to walk you through so you are a powerful networker and you actually feel good about it and you have fun doing it. You can also be a guest blogger. You can offer some of your expertise or write articles for other blogs so you're getting in front of their audience. And you can even become active in different Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups where you're answering people's questions and you become a trusted resource. So whenever they need something, they come to you. So those are my 5 steps for finding a new for finding new clients, even if you don't have a list, right? So I want to wrap it up and move into Q&A time. But before I open it up to questions, what I most want to say to you is what an honor it's been here to be here with you today, right? To acknowledge you, I want to admire you, because it takes a lot of courage to pursue your calling. And it can be a vulnerable spot to be in, and I so appreciate you and for you being here and joining me. It's been an honor, and I look forward to working with you. I hope I have the privilege of supporting you on your business building quest, and you're going to see that on the screen. You'll see the URL, coachesconsole.com/start, and you can go there, and you've got your choice, whatever way you love to learn and get results. You've got your choice of the 3 experiences. and give this gift to yourself. Select the experience that's best for you. And for those of you that take this step before the end of the webinar, you're going to receive that Jumpstart consultation with one of our bootcamp coaches to get you a head start, right? We actually, we had somebody enroll yesterday, and in under an hour, she was in the portal, she had completed her first piece of homework with her bootcamp coach in under an hour. Like, that's how fast this can happen when you are ready to go. And we've got our team waiting to answer questions on live chat or on the phone. When you go to coachesconsole.com/start, we want to make sure that this is the right decision for you. So if you feel like you need to talk to somebody right away, go to that page, and you'll see in the lower corner, you'll see live chat, and chat with them there. Just enter your name and phone number, they'll call you. So how do you want to experience your business? Go to coachesconsole.com/start. Now, like I said, I'm willing to stay on the line to answer any questions that you might have about boot camp, about today's training, about your business or the console system. Like, whatever you've got, like, be greedy with me. I want to be your confidant. I want to be your raving fan. I want to support you in this journey so that you can feel confident about moving forward. So you guys have already been finding it in the webinar box. You can type in your questions there. I know a lot of you have been typing your questions as you've been going, but if you have questions right now, go ahead and type those into the webinar box. You'll see it in the corner of your screen. A lot of you have already been using it. I am going to keep the line muted because I want to make sure that there's no funny static or feedback or any kind of noise like that on the line, so that everybody can hear the questions and hear the answers. So type those questions into the webinar box, and let me know what questions you have. Right? So let's see. Let me go through these. Let me see here. Here's the first question. One of the questions that we've got here is, if I were to invest in boot camp, would my boot camp coach be able to work with me ahead of the course process? Would I have access to your regular customer support for implementation? Yeah, when you invest in boot camp, you have unlimited online access to your boot camp coach, right? So you'll go into the private portal, and you'll be able to connect with your coach there, and we have got experiences laid out for you. We've got some pre-work, some getting started video trainings. We've got some intro modules for you to go through. You can get started with your boot camp coach right away. If you invest in boot camp, you can begin to work with your boot camp coach ahead of the course and even all through boot camp. And then we do have our tech support. We call them our guardian angels, Stephanie and Jackie, and we have our whole team, and they're there supporting you for any kind of tech support as well. So you have that at your back as well. Okay, great question. Let's see, what are some other, oh, and Cindy just chimed in. Cindy said, Stephanie, Marius, and Jackie, you're excellent. Woohoo! Shout out to our guardian angels. We do love them. Okay, awesome, Cindy. Thanks for that shout out. Let's see, another question that came in. If I already have a website, can you integrate other elements like shopping carts, or does it, like, how does that, okay, how does that work? Let me actually just switch screens here. I think I understand your question. So I'm going to go back here to our console system, right? So let's see, you all should see my screen. And so here we are with our console system. And one of the things that I shared with you is that you get a website. So here's your website. You can choose from, you know, pre-configured themes. Let me go to, here's an example. This is just one example, but you can customize it. It'll have your branding on it, your business name, your logo when you have one made, and everything will be in here. And the question was, can you integrate shopping carts if you already have a website? So if you already have a website, then you won't use the public version of this. You'll just use the login, and you'll still integrate things like the private client website portal, right? So you can integrate the private portal. In fact, let me show you. One of our boot camp coaches, Carol, this is Carol's website. She had an existing website, so it sounds like a similar kind of example, right? So she already had this website. It was built. She wanted to keep using it, and so she did. And so, for example, one of the things that she integrated up here in the upper right is client login. So when her clients come to her existing website and they click this link, they are taken to her private client website portal where they can log in and access all of her private material. So you can integrate all of the elements into your existing website, right? So you can integrate all that into your existing website, whether it's products that you want to sell. So for example, you were asking about shopping cart, right? So you can build out your products in your console system. And let's say that you have a group coaching program that you want to sell and you want to create a sales page on your existing website. You can totally do that. And we give you the links and buttons. So if you need a link, I'm going to get a little technical here for just a second, but you can copy and you can paste that code and you can insert it into a different website, right? So we give you that code, you can insert it into a different website, you can sell it from your website, but then everything is managed. All the buyers are added to your contact list. They have access and they get the autoresponders from your system. They access the course and content material from your private client website. Yeah, so everything from like that private client portal to the shopping cart to that calendar link, right? So that's the other thing is you have an online calendar. We integrate it into your console website, but if you already have an existing website, we give you the link so you can add that scheduling tool to your existing website so it's easy for prospects to book. So I hope that answered your question. That was a great question because, yeah, a good number of our members, they already have websites when they find us and start working with us. So we make all the elements so that you can integrate it easily. Opt-in forms, everything you can take and use on your existing website. And then, like I said, I know a lot of you, you are brand new. Some of you were talking about how at the beginning of the training you're still in a job and getting ready to make that transition. So this gives you a website template that you know is professional. It has all the elements included to make it efficient for Google to rank you. And so we've laid out the template in a very specific way, and then you can customize it. And again, remember with branding, it's not meant to be perfect when you get out there, but to evolve with you. And that's the beautiful thing about this is it's easy to update, easy to evolve as your business evolves. So yeah, so you get all of this that I've just shown you when you head over to coachesconsole.com/start. So you get all of that, and we're going to give you the Coaches Console for 6 months free while you're getting everything set up. Okay, let's see another. Here's a question that came in. Can you pay the $19.97 on a monthly basis? Absolutely. Every one of our 3 experiences, no matter which one you choose, they all have installment options. So with the Do It With Us, you'll see that experience here. You can pay $19.97 in full, or there's 6 installments of $379. And when you go to coachesconsole.com/start, you'll see all of that spelled out. You'll see where you can click to choose that installment option if that makes it easier for you to get started. Okay? Sharon just chimed in here. Let me read what Sharon said. Sharon says, I'm feeling much better and more grounded than a few months ago since I will be setting up my Coaches Console. Do I have Easy Breezy already on my computer? If it's not possible to for me to get it downloaded, so Sharon's one of our boot campers. Yeah, so Sharon, we're gonna take care of you. We're gonna follow up with you offline to make sure. Sharon's like, this is much better. My health is better. I'm in a more present spot. So don't worry, Sharon. We'll follow up with you and get you taken care of. Not to worry about that. All right, here's another question. Does the calendar integrate with Gmail? So this is more of a technical question again. Does the calendar integrate with Gmail? If I have an appointment on Gmail, does the available time on Coaches Console know? Oh yeah, let me show you. I think it's going to be quicker if I show you. So let's go back to our console system. So here we are in our console system. So here's your calendar, right? So yeah, you can synchronize. Now I've already have this particular calendar synchronized. You can see here's all my Google calendars there. But you've got a lot of different options, and we walk you through that with Boot Camp. We walk you through how to set up and synchronize your calendar so that if you have one calendar and you've got appointments that you schedule in there, and then you have your console calendar and appointments in there, they all talk to each other and all of your calendars are the same. So super easy to walk through that. All right, Nikki says, can you say a little more about what the VA support will do in option 2? Yeah, so option 2 is our Done For You package, and that's where you get your own virtual assistant. So the way that we have designed boot camp, Nikki, is there is a, I'll call it a success path, right? So like the roadmap to success, we have laid out boot camp in a very precise sequence for very specific reasons to make sure your business is solid, you have everything organized, and you're confidently out there getting leads, getting clients, and getting paid. Now, in boot camp, Nikki, you'll have access to the private boot camp portal. You and I, through the training modules in that portal, I'm going to walk you through all of the best practices, all of the strategies, so you can understand as a business owner what's needed. And then you'll have your own virtual assistant that will be there to work with you to implement all of the action items in boot camp, right? So that's kind of the intention behind this, is you learn it as the business owner, they implement it as the VA. So it frees up all of your time, and because they're trained, they're highly proficient in Coach's Console, and they know how to use it and how to get everything implemented pretty quickly. So your learning curve is really minimized significantly. And so you get to meet with them one-on-one. They can support you in your project work. And if you're, I know when we first got started and we started working with a virtual assistant, I was like, I know I need help. I just don't even know how to have somebody help me. I was in that spot. And the beautiful thing about our boot campers is that they know the entire boot camp process. They know the entire roadmap to set up your business, so they can guide you and they can ask for what they need from you to help make the implementation super quick, super easy, right? So that's about how about what the VA supports. So when in boot camp, like when we're going through list building and getting your list building funnel in place, or when we're getting your calendar set up for prospects to book sample sessions, or getting your packages set up, or your agreements in place, or your merchant account implemented, or your sales page created, or all of that going on, like your VA will implement the action items for you. Okay, so does that help, Nikki? And Nikki says, I'm just trying to figure out what will be different than what you'll be going through in boot camp. So remember, like what I said, like with the concerts, the music is the same, it's just a different experience. In boot camp, the training is the same, right? You'll still have all the training with me, but instead of you then going to your computer and implementing it like I show you, you're going to have a VA to do it for you. So that package is going to free up your time. So while your VA is implementing, you can be out marketing, you can be out networking, you can be getting leads, right? You can be having those conversations to get clients because they're building everything out in your business. Okay, Nikki just said, great, thank you. Awesome. Ooh, Dara, this is a great question. I'm so glad you asked this. I almost forgot to mention it. Dara says, is there a smartphone app to manage Coach's Console on the go? Absolutely. Like that's how Kate and I run most of our businesses, from our smartphones and our tablets and our laptops, right? Because we travel all over the place. And so, yeah, there is everything in your Coach's Console system is mobile responsive. So when you go to your smartphone, you can open it up and you can schedule appointments. You can review forms and data that your client submits you. You can interact with your clients online through the private portal. You can do it from your smartphone, from a tablet, from a laptop, from your desktop, from any browser, any computer, anywhere in the world. Like, it's that flexible. And here's the really cool part. You know how I showed you? Let me show it to you again. Can you guys see that? I told you I love this stuff. So here's the back-end private client portal, right? So a client logs in there. So let's just say this is your private client portal, and your clients can log in to access, maybe they want to fill out a goals form, right? Or maybe they have a question, they're stuck on something and they want to ask you a question. If your clients log into your private client portal from a smartphone or from a tablet, your website is also mobile responsive. Or if you create opt-in pages or sales pages, your website for marketing purposes in your console system, your website is mobile responsive for your prospects and clients as well. Okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thanks. I love that part because that's how I work, is on my smartphone most of the time. Okay, I think, let's see, there's a few more questions. Let me see. What else do we have? Oh, just here's another one. To make sure I'm perfectly clear on this, that $147 per month is for all the technologies that the console provides. Yeah, so let me just recap that quickly. So here we are in our console system, right? And so we have built out all of the functionality that you need. And you're going to get the first 6 months free when you sign up, no matter which experience you get. Oh, Nikki, that reminds me, in that Done For You package, you're going to get an additional 6 months. So when you work with a VA, you're going to have 12 months free of Coach's Console. That's another difference. But you're going to get the Coach's Console. If you do the Do It With Us experience, you're going to have 6 months free of the Coach's Console. And that's going to include your contact list. It's going to include all of your contact and client data files. It's going to include the online calendar. It's going to include your website, both your public website for marketing purposes and also your private client website, that membership area. It's going to include the communicate module, so you can create newsletters, emails, autoresponders. It's going to include the billing module, so that you can set up those agreements that I showed you. You can create invoices. You can automate invoicing. Or if you don't want to invoice, it's going to include the shopping cart, and you can sell your products online. It's got the course and content delivery module, so you can organize your courses and content, drip them out to participants over time, or provide a secured area for them to access it. And because you're a business owner, it's going to give you all the reports that you need, because everything, all of this data is talking to each other, so you can have all the reports in one technology. So that's the question, to make sure I'm perfectly clear on this, the 147, so after your first 6 months are free, we're going to give you this total entire console system for 147 a month for everything, just month to month thereafter. Okay? Great question. Great clarification. So just head over to coachesconsole.com/start. And you can get all that today. Yeah, is that Jackie?
It's Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
Hi. Hey, we had a couple other questions that came in that I want to make sure that you cover. We've had a couple people asking about if you can talk more about the ticket to the live event.
Ooh, okay. I can talk about the ticket to the live event. So we are super excited. If we're going to do it, it's going to be in about the middle of February. We don't have the dates finalized yet, but it's going to be about the middle of February. We want to do it early in the year so that we can come together. Like, you'll have gone through boot camp, and then we're going to come together in the early part of the year so that we can set yourself up for the best year ever. We're going to have 3 full days where we're going to have content. And one of the things that we're doing in this particular event, I've been to so many events in this industry, and one of the things that's going to be different is this is not going to be an event where you sit down and you're going to hear a bunch of people speaking to you on stage. This is going to be experiential, because one of the things that you've come to learn about us, and that you'll come to learn even more about us, is we love to have fun. We love to learn through experience, and we also, this live event is going to be beyond business. There's going to be a lot of business content, business sessions and strategies, and you're going to get a lot of that in there. And we also go beyond business, and it's going to be about body, mind, and business, because it takes mindset to be an amazing business owner. We have to get out of our heads and into our bodies so we can tap into our intuition, our creativity. So it's going to be all inclusive into that event. We've got a ton of surprises, but it's going to be engaging and experiential. And it's going to be in a destination kind of setting. We're narrowing it down. I was hoping to have all the details mapped out before today, but we're still working on it. But it's going to be in a place, because it's going to be in February, so we're going to do like a warm destination, like Orlando or Fort Lauderdale, Florida, or somewhere like that. But we're putting all those particular details into place. So you're going to get a free ticket to our 3-day live event that we're going to have, and we're going to come together, and we're going to come together as Coaches Console members, as boot camps, as boot camp graduates. All of our graduates are going to be invited, and we're going to come together. And one of the things that people say about our community, which is one of the things I love, is the way that we support everybody, and that it feels like a family. So we're all going to come together and have a lot of fun. So I hope that was some information. I hope that helped. And oh, Angie just says, I can't wait. I know, I can't either. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this. And Daryl says, when will we find out about the dates for the 3-day event? As soon as we have them, you'll have them. So we are working on that as quickly as we can to secure the venues and wrap that up. But as soon as we have it, you'll have it. I promise you that. You will hear us shouting from the mountaintops when we've got those details in place. So not to worry, we'll let you know as soon as possible. And we're working diligently right now to get all that in place, because I know you got a plan, and we want to make sure you got plenty of time to do that. So head over to coachesconsole.com/start, and that ticket, that free ticket to our live event is, of course, one of those things that you're going to get. So Jackie, were there other questions?
Yep, I have one more for you. This is from Alexandra, and she wanted to know, do you use these methods and tools for high-end clients too, $50,000 to $80,000 packages?
Ooh, that's a great question. And the answer is absolutely. Even more so, because especially if somebody is paying you $50,000, $80,000, $100,000, whether it's one-on-one clients or whether maybe you have a high-end mastermind. I'm thinking of a few people, they've got a high-end mastermind where they only let like 4 or 5 people in, and it's $25,000 to be in that group or that inner circle. But you want to absolutely, when you're offering that VIP experience, you want to take extraordinary care of them. So you definitely better have your shit together, and it better look great, and it better feel great, and it better make things really organized and easy for those high-end clients. And they appreciate that because it shows the level of professionalism that you have, and it just backs up that you can deliver on what you promise. Like, it goes back to what I said at the beginning of the training, right? You want to make sure that if somebody's investing that kind of money with you, that you can deliver what you promise. And when you can organize yourself in this way and organize your clients in this way, then it certainly lends itself to exactly that, and it helps give them confidence for the investment they're making with you. And because you have this infrastructure in place to provide, we call it exquisite client support, now they feel confident that they're getting the return on their investment, because they're able to retrieve what they need, access what they need, have access, direct access to you in between their sessions, and they can get those results. Like we heard Val's story earlier, her clients are getting bigger results even faster. So they're going to get even a bigger return on their investment when you have this kind of infrastructure in place. So great question, Alexandra. It's great if you're working with one-on-one clients and you're just offering your initial packages. It's great if you're offering high-end packages. It's great if you're working with life coaching kind of clients. It's also great if you're working with corporate clients. It's great if you're working with individuals or groups, if you're doing events or retreats. Like, it keeps you organized and it keeps your participants organized. And it also allows you to scale. So here's another, let me just kind of take you behind the scenes in our business as an example. We have, well, our boot camp. In some of our previous boot camp classes, we've had upwards of 300 and 400 people that have gone through it at once. And when we first started our boot camp, we had 30-some people. And then it was 40-some people when we first got started. And there was 100 people. And there was 300, 400, right? And so because you have this infrastructure in place, it allows you, if you start offering those group programs, you can scale to whatever degree you want to scale to, because you have the infrastructure in place to support you. So, Alexandra, I hope that answers your question. If you have more specific questions about the high-end clients, I'm happy to walk through, and I can show you in the console system if you need me to, but I think that gives you an idea. Awesome. I just saw another question pop up from Claudia. Claudia says, how long will the price of $147 per month be valid? Is it grandfathered for a longer period after the initial 6 months? So Claudia, remember, the first 6 months, free. Your total console system for the first 6 months are free. We're giving it to you for free while you get everything set up. At month 7, that's when you'll pay the $147 a month. You'll continue to have the total console system, all the technologies that it covers, at $147 a month for however long you're a member of ours. You'll always be grandfathered in, and you'll be locked in at $147. That'll be the rate that you pay forever. It's that simple. We love to keep things super simple here. Claudia just said thank you. You're welcome. Let's see. Are there other questions that we need to get in here? Did we answer all of them? Let's see. I think we've covered most everything. Yeah, I think we've covered it. Jackie or Steph or Kate, if you guys see any major thing that I've missed, but I think we've covered it. So go ahead and go to coachesconsole.com/start. You can have your choice of 3 experiences. For any of the experiences, you have the installment option. For any of the experiences, you're getting the Easy Breezy Coaching Business Bootcamp training. You're getting the 6 months free of the Coaches Console, plus the different bonuses for each of those experiences as I've talked about them. And remember, I'm about to we're going to wrap up the webinar. I'm going to close it down. And for those that sign up during the webinar, you're going to get access to that Jumpstart consultation with one of our coaches so that they can get you signed up. They can get you going. You can dive in and get started right away. You don't have to wait. And I just want to give a quick shout out. Nikki, I see that you just signed up. Woohoo! Welcome to boot camp. And I see that we've got several others that are joining in as well. I'm so excited that you'll be joining us. I got to see that Shelly has joined us, so welcome, Shelly. All of your stuff, you'll have access to that Jumpstart consultation. Carrie is in with us, so welcome, Carrie. I'm glad you're here. So you'll see the Jumpstart consultation stuff in your inbox. I'm going to wrap up here in a few minutes. That Jumpstart consultation will go away. But head over to coachesconsole.com/start. And like I said earlier, give this gift to yourself. The world right now, more than ever, needs the work that you are doing in this world. There are people ready and waiting to be served by you, and we've got to get your business set up. We got to get you out there. We got to get you finding those leads and getting those clients and making that money that you're meant to make doing the work that you love. And I want to support you every step of the way. So head over to coachesconsole.com/start, and I will see you in boot camp. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.